A multi-story yaoi with the oddest tone setting one in the beginning.
Ooh, Yaoi review.
It's Corbin, and today I'm here to talk to you about Truly Kindly by Fumi Yoshinaga. We shall read the back and delve into the nitty-gritty. Truly Kindly, a collection of romantic dramatic boy love stories from the famed manga Fumi Yoshinaga. From modern-day tales of romance in Seattle to eerie stories from historical Japan to Yoshinagi's series depictions of class conflicts that fueled the French Revolution, in this unforgettable tale there's a little something for every blue fan. And perhaps, best of all, the character Claude and Antoine, a young aristocrat and his butler, are introduced in this volume. Catch up with their adventures in Fumi Yoshinagi's Lovers in the Night. This is rated M for mature. It is published by Blumanga. Now, let's delve into it. This is a collection of shorts. I believe it has 6 different shorts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. My bad. So there's the list of shorts. I'm going to need to glance back because I need to know what they were about individually. So the first one is called Truly Kindly. Now, this one is a very odd one. This is the title story. This one means that I would have guessed set the tone for it, and it did. I mean, very appropriately, every section of this started out that way. Now, I will tell you right off the bat that this one was weird. So, art style, it's that traditional Fumi Yoshinaga's art style. It is very just her work. It is very obviously her work. It's a good style. I liked it. It's dated just like you would expect. Now, art style's kind of out there. Good. It's not bad. Let's talk about the story within. It started kind of very fast-paced. It was something that was bam, 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 with all of the main action points. So in the first little bit, we see someone get murdered, or we think they get murdered, and strangled to death by their lover, who's jealous they slept with a woman. And then we discover that this guy is kind of like a serial rapist. It's very weird. It's very odd. It's not normal. He goes from nearly the guy that he murders trying to forcibly have sex with him to a guy who gives him cookies in the park following home. And it's obvious this guy is remedial. Like, there is some sort of mental problem. And he follows this guy home, proceeds to forcibly have intercourse with him more than once, about three or four times, and then we find out the guy that he followed home was actually a serial murderer who'd strangle women who wouldn't take cookies from him. So, I mean, it's just very odd, and everyone said the same thing about the kid. He was just very nice, and they couldn't understand why he was doing it. Now, it's a very interesting tone set. I mean, it sounds weird with the way I said it, but literally, one murderer goes to another murderer. They meet kind of haphazardly in the park. And original murderer ends up forcibly having sex with other murderer who seems a little bit mentally slow. And it's just odd. It's very odd. Now, the next story I have to double check. A slightly malicious confession. Now, let me peek. Yeah, okay, so, malicious confession. So, we see a friend helping another friend shop to make dinner for his anniversary. In this one, we just see them buying ingredients and them talking about it, and then the way it ends is the guy whose anniversary it is throws all the ingredients in the trash, tells him he got a divorce from his life because he's always secretly loved the other one. That's how that one ends. It's kind of like the Levelizer. Again, in this one, there is a kind of just a polite depiction of a sex scene. It kind of reminds me of when they would cut to the waves during the sex scenes. That's what it kind of felt like for all of the sex scenes in this. And I'll tell you, it was okay. I mean, it wasn't that great. The next one after that one, there's literally the whole thing. The next one after that is Today is Completely Different from Yesterday. Oh, yes. This is about two friends that agreed to go to the same university. They're in Japan. They've competed to try to get a place in the university. One of them finds out he didn't get in, and he's sure the other one did because he's super duper smart. Well, he's going to this other friend's house. It starts to rain. He's going to go borrow an umbrella. Then it starts to sleet, so he needs to borrow new pants. As he's walking up, he sees his friend kissing a girl. He freaks out and just runs home. After he gets home and he gets semi-situated and he's changed clothes and he's about to take a bath, he hears a knock at the door. He figures it's a package. He opens that door and he realizes it's his friend. His friend forcibly has sex with him, says, "Please, just let me do it once." And that's the end of it all with them. The one friend who he saw kissing the woman who had forcibly had sex with him confesses he didn't get into the school. The other one confesses he didn't get into the school. And they act like nothing happened after that. I mean, that's kind of that story in a nutshell. After that one, let me see if I can find it. Today was completely different than yesterday. Oh, so the next one is called Today is Completely Different Than Yesterday? Oh no, it's called Pandora. So this one is about two thieves who have gone clean, have gone straight in the Shogun era in Japan, and they've gone straight. They're no longer thieves, but the fire breaks out, so they release all the criminals. A criminal comes running, bangs on their door. He asks them, "Please, please, please, I need you to pick this lock to open this box that my courtesan mother left to me." And it's really kind of a hokey story, but they agree to do it. And it's about how they spend all night trying to open the box to find out what treasure's inside. Well, the box itself was valuable because it's a music box. And it plays a lullaby that the convict's mother used to sing to him. That's the end of that one. There was no sex in that one, as I can recall. There could be. Chinoizeri. Now, what is this one about? Oh! These are the beginning of the French ones. So the first French one is about a man who's waiting for his date. Well, his date has... Well, he's not really date. His liaison. He's going to go have an extramarital affair with this noble woman. They're both in... This is Rococo, France, just before the Revolution, 30 years. And we see a nobleman who is waiting for his booty call that night. And booty call doesn't show up, but she sends her servant and says, "You can do whatever you want with my servant." He has sex with the servant, and this happens 2 or 3 times. He continues to have sex with the servant, falls in love with the servant, and then that's about the end of it. The servant rejects him once his lady's available and told him, "I never really wanted to, I just did it because she ordered me to." And that's where that ends. The next one is pretty much Lovers in the Night. I gotta make sure that's right. Yep, is Lovers in the Night. A butler tries to marry off a nobleman before the French Revolution so he could have finances. It falls through, and that's where we're at with that one. I mean, it's literally Lovers in the Night. The nobleman gets evacuated to his grandmother's in Naples, or his aunt's in Naples, and the butler stays to sell everything off, and then that's where it ends. With the short in this. The last one is called A Day in the Life of a Nobleman, and this one's like 15, 16 years later, after the one with the nobleman who slept with the servant. He recognizes the he's at a friend's house, they're having dinner, he recognizes one of the servants, and he says, "Oh, are you related to blah, blah, blah?" The servant goes, "Oh, yes, he married right after he worked for Lady blah, blah, blah," and it turns out that that boy is the servant's son, and he gets this weird grin, and his friend goes, "Oh, what's going on?" And he says, "Nothing, just pleasant memories." And that's how that ends. So overall, this is just kind of one of those yaois. I'm not a huge fan of short stories. I will say that again. When it's a short story yaoi, it has to be very special. This one is kind of borderline special and just meh. The meh might win out over the special. The first story, I couldn't get my brain off of the entire time I was reading it. It was just so random. And then everyone felt really rapey, even though I don't think it was meant to be. So yes, if you guys have read this before, let me know in the comment section below. Show me a like, a favorite, subscribe. Share this with a friend who likes Yaoi, and I'll talk to you guys later. Alright, bye. Do you like what you see? Then... subscribe!